Okay guys, so we're back, and after steaming the hair for 6 hours, actually I steamed mine for more than 6 hours because I have kids. So before I was done with my chores yesterday, I just said, I beg you, let me leave the hair and continue today. So you can actually steam overnight, so whatever works for you is fine. The main thing is to steam for 3 hours at least, and then you can go. So haven't brought out the hair, feeling it, you already know that, man. You can see how lustrous the hair feels. Oh my gosh. So what we just have to do is to rinse it out. So the same way, the same method, the same way you washed it out, you just dip it in the water and rinse it out. So I remember when I was talking about the treatment quantity, I said 2:1. That is the mixture of the conditioner to the what's it called, the hair mayonnaise. But then I forgot to mention that the length of the hair and the volume of the hair will also determine the quantity to use. So remember, we're working on a 10 inches bulb unit, so that's why I needed that little. So if you're having a longer unit to work with, you'll be needing more products to work with. So I just thought I should mention that to you. So you keep rinsing. So the idea is to rinse off all the products, because these products are not meant to be living, you get. So you must rinse them out, hence if you mark up your hair, and that's not what we want. Without wasting much time, I have okay, let me just trash this and then I'll be back. Okay guys, so this is where I usually dry my hair after washing. So after we finish washing the treatment, I dried the hair over here.
Okay guys, welcome back. Our hair has dried. It took the whole day to dry. So the next phase now is to style the hair properly. So what I did was to wear the cap and position it, secure it properly on the mannequin head, my dome head actually. So I have T-pins here. What I will do now is to further secure it, because I don't want the cap moving away from the head. So I just use these pins to secure the cap properly, and then now we can proceed formally into styling. So yeah, so the first thing I would like to do is to go in with my detangle brush, brush. So in this case, if your hair happens to be very long, you actually start brushing from the tips before you proceed into the weft, to avoid the hair from breaking. So I'll just brush this out. You can already see how light and fluffy the hair looks compared to when it was dirty. So I'll just comb this out properly. So the next thing I would like to do is to go in with my argan oil protein spray and heat protectant, because I'm about to use a hot tool on it. So I'd like to spray this all over the hair, okay. So when I'm done with this, I'll go over again to brush, and then it's time to blow dry. So this is where the blow drying brush comes in, and then my blow dryer. So I like to work in high heat. Sorry about the noise, the fact about that. So basically how to use this is just to use the brush and roll the brush down while you're applying the heat to get all the way. So you can do this either upward motion or this way. downward motion. You get? So that's just what I'll be doing, just to straighten the hair properly and make it ready to use it straight now. So I like to do this first. The next thing I would like to do is to section the hair so I can work on this part below. So I'm using my crocodile clips. So I have to blow dry. So the next thing I like to do is to properly map out the pattern on the closure area. Properly map it out. Make sure there are no hairs. I would like to lay these hairs down with my Siggy wax stick. Sorry. Just to give me a well marked out area. Then I'll go over this time with my pale cream. See how neat the pattern is. So I'll repeat the same procedure on this side. So I'll go over here just ensure that the pattern properly marked out well. Yeah, so after this is done, the next phase is to straighten it out now. So to do that, I like to work in sections. I always like to work in sections. So I pick out this section I secure it down. I'll do the same thing in this area as well. And then I repeat the same thing for this area. So this just makes it easy for you to see what you're working on and how to go about it. So your heat protectant is your friend at this point. So I spray and rub it in. Then I go in with my oil. So I like to use this Laudias this time, just to show you guys the results. So you don't need much oil, just a little to seal in the product which you just applied. Yeah. So the next thing is to turn on your electric straightener. I comb this out, position my comb this way, and then go in with my straightener. You can see. So because I'm making a bulb unit, you can see how I position my hands. So when I'm going towards the tip, I gradually tilt my hand this angle just to get the tip. Can you see? So I go in this way, horizontally, and then as I go down, I gently twist my hand vertically, and then I finish it up. Can you see? So you go in as many times as you want until you're satisfied. So the more number of times you go in, the more silky the result it gives you is. Yeah. So go into the next section. Just practically the same procedure. You know, my hand starts off horizontally this way, then as I proceed to the tip, I turn my hand vertically. Can you see? Just to give me the bulb effect. But if I were to be straightening it straight all through, it means I run my hand horizontally all through. But because I want to create the bulb effect, I'll turn my hand vertical towards the tip of the hair this way, just to give that bulb effect. So this makes the bulb last long. I prefer it to the flipping method where you flip your hand inward. So I'm going into another section. So just like you did earlier, is to go in with your protein spray or your heat protectant, and then comb. Going with your serum, just a drop of it is fine. Don't need much actually. So you're sealing, the protein and the heat protectant, you seal it up so you can do the work. And then you go in this time. You can see how hot this tool is. So just go as many times as you can. You can already see the instant change in the hair. see how lustrous the hair feels and how beautiful it looks. So this is something you can do yourself actually, you know. Then every 2 months you can then send it to your stylist to give the professional treatment your hair will need. So I went in with the process spray. Then next I'll be going in with the serum. I love this Laudia serum, it's so nice. So nice, so lightweight, same as the Naversi. The Naversi is actually my go-to serum. This is actually my top preferred brand, after which I can use this if I'm out of the other one. So I just wanted to show you guys that the fact that I am referring you to consider Laudia doesn't mean that Laudia is not good as well. It can give you just as good results that you need. And I have some of these products for sale, so if you want to patronize me, do send me a message on Instagram at leonhairs_, and then I will respond to your message. If you want me to recommend products, brands of straightener, hand dryer, and other products that you need, you can also reach out to me and I will be kind enough to recommend those products to you. So like I said, this year, please, we must learn how to care for our hair. It's not enough to buy new hair all the time. You must care for the ones that you have so that these hairs can actually save you. You know? You can already see how beautiful the hair is looking. So work in sections. So you pick up the sections. Everything, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Then I'm going with the serum. Make sure I apply it all over. Then, yeah. So straightening your hair, most times people want to buy bob hair and they think, oh, the bob has to stay. Your bobs don't stay forever. In fact, it doesn't even stay for 10 days bobbed. It will definitely drop. So you need to learn, if you are a lover of bob units, oh my gosh, if you're a lover of bob units, you must learn how to style, you must learn how to style your units. That's the only way you get your bob bobbing. That makes any sense. There is no bob that stays bob for life. No, you must style it. You must style it, and this is the part where a lot of you are lacking. You buy a hair, you buy a straight hair, you don't straighten it. You buy a bob hair, you don't style it. How do you expect it to look? It's definitely going to drop and it will look worn out and tired. So if you need your hair looking, sharp all the time, you must invest time, money, resources into styling your hair, because you know how much you got in your hair now. The good hair is not cheap, so you can't spend all that money and then not look good or not get the most out of the hair. And also for bob, I recommend you get a mannequin head where you can actually hang it, because hanging it will make it last. The bob will last longer than when you put it in a bag or any of those methods of storing that you guys use. Some of you tie it in nylon, some of you fling it anywhere within your room. Please, you must keep it properly so that you can maintain the style. So we are going over with our disinfectant spray. This time, our serum. Then take the section out and rub it in. I'm rubbing in with hair serum. So I'm not in a hurry actually, and just take your time, slow and steady wins the race, but just make sure you work in sections, because this makes your work more easy and makes your work come out looking like a professionally well done unit. So you can see one blue, going over. Really hot. Really hot. So, you can see. So keep working in section until you are done with the unit. That's basically what we're doing. See me going in with my emergency serum. I got carried away there. Okay. These are called my favorite serum. I can't emphasize on how good this serum is. So good. So, a lot I like to use. I see what I'm doing. If you have any question, if there's any question you have, you can also send me a DM on my Instagram page at @neonhairs_, and I'll answer your question. when you style your hair, you see the difference it makes. Really, you practically just see it. It's very evident that it makes all the difference. That statement is not overboard at all. So that is what exactly what you get. That is exactly what you get when you style your hair. You get the best out of it. When you style your hair, you get the best. So I always will advocate that you style your hair, please. Style your hair, wash your hair, treat your hair. That is the only way you get the best and the most out of your hair. There's no point buying a good hair if you're not willing to, maintain it, to treat it well. And there's no point. You just go for one of all those packet hairs so that when you're done with it, you can just trash it. You understand? But if you know you want to get a good hair, you should be ready to maintain it. You should be ready to style it. If you can't style it, if you don't have, if after this class you feel it's so much stress, you can't do this, please always send it to your stylist, please. But I'm just considering that some of you might consider it to be too pricey. Sending it to your stylist every 2 weeks is something not everybody will be willing to do. So I'm like, okay, let me just teach you guys how to do this yourself with the little resources you can lay your hands on, so that every 2 months or 3 months you can then send it to us to give it a more, a better treatment. Okay, so almost done. Don't be tempted to rush. If you do it anyhow, you will get anyhow results. So if you want to get a good result, like my good friend we always say, what doing is what doing well. So if you must do it, then you must do it well. So I went to the highest setting of my blow dryer. This is 220 degrees temperature. Some hair dryer go as high as 450 degrees. That will give you amazing results. The hotter the tool, the better the results that you get. I no longer need 3 clips because what's left is not much. So here with my heat protector. I really do not mind products because I want the result to speak for itself. But for the oil, I do not like to put so much oil because I don't want the hair looking weighed down. You get, when you have too much product on your hair, it looks tired, so to say. It looks so tired. So see how I can't resist the urge to comb because of how beautiful this hair looks. Okay, so let's go by this way. Let's say, so now we have to focus on this side. We're almost done styling these units actually. I still have some serum on my hand. It's too heavy. So what I'll do is just to section it one more time, separating the closure area. Separating the closure area now. Flip this over so I can focus on this section. Then I'll do the same thing. Section out the closure area. Turn it out this way. Work on this unit. Work on this section. The secret actually is to work in sections. Ouch. Secret is to work in sections. Secret of a good, sleek, well straightened unit is to work in sections. That's the secret, the major secret. Only secret there is to work in sections. I want to make sure. Heat protectant is very important in straightening or using, even coiling your hair, using hot tool on your hair. Heat protectant is very important. Very, very important. Never you use a hot tool on your hair without heat protectant. So it's time to work on the closure area of this half. So you can see that this closure is actually shorter than the unit, so I can't possibly do the bobbing. I can't possibly do this, you know, this stuff I do with the dryer, because it's not as long as the length of the hair. So I'll just straighten this out totally and let it stick. You get, I take my hand horizontal all the way. Let it slip into the unit. You can see. But if I had done the whole bobbing thing, you would have shown a demarcation somewhere. So I straighten out my hand for the closure. Sorry, my stand is giving me kind of problem. So the same thing, just the same thing. I'll do here. I already applied serum. I can't bob the closure because as you can see it's shorter than the unit. So I'll just straighten it out and let it slip and blend in with the hair. So we are done with this half. I'll face this other half. Position my just like I did, I'm sectioning out the closure area so I can concentrate on this part, after which so I go in with this serum, hair serum. So I work in little sections, just same a repetition, just repetition of this process. So I turn my hand this way. This way and this way. And like here, I'll do the same thing here. Keep my hand horizontal this way and then gently turn it vertically. See? So I'll repeat the same thing here. Keep my hand horizontal and then turn it vertical. I'll go back again. You can go back as many times as you wish. Until you're satisfied with the results. Better. So this is the last whole styling process. So I have just a little serum. Don't forget, you don't need it shiny, excessively and all that. Just a little is enough. The idea is to seal in the moisture and the heat protectants which you just applied. That's just the idea. Not to shine the hair excessively. No. You don't want the hair shiny because that will attract dust and in the long run that will lead to build up of dirt. So you can see that the closure is not as long as the unit itself, so I'll just keep my hand straight all the way horizontally just so that it can blend. See that? So just make sure my hanger is set in perfect place. I'm just going flat for sure. And that's it. That's it, guys. If you got to this pass, clap for yourself because you're about to get your styling game on, really, because there's nothing else. You're done with it. You can see how well bulked using its ease. You can see the bounce. You can see how this unit looks. So this is a unit a client sent in for revamping. The unit was not from me, but it can work for any quality of hair, so long as it's human hair. You can see how bouncy, like she will be so surprised to receive her hair, because the condition in which it came was totally nothing to write home about. So one more thing that I like to do, I like to have my closure area really flat, and you can see this is somewhat swollen. So I'll go in with my blow dryer, reheat, so some people would rather use the electric comb, but I prefer to use my blow dryer for that. It gives me better results. So the more you get familiar with your tools, the more you find out your own pattern and your own strategy that works for you. So how do you guys see this unit? I'm so excited. I would love for all of you to learn this. Trust me, I would love it. I would love to see my clients, style their hair, come out looking very good, without giving me the excuse of, oh, you couldn't send it over for styling and all that. I want you to really learn it for yourself. You'll enjoy it. You can see, imagine doing this for yourself. So this is basically all. So I'll be so happy to receive messages from you, when you are able to redo this yourself at home. You can send me videos, you can send me pictures of your work. You can tag me and say, oh, at neonhairs_. I did this, thank you for, just give me a shout out when you do try this. Let me see your results and let me be part of the process. Then if along the line you experience any challenge at all, just feel free to send me a message. Send me a DM on Instagram, or click the link on my Instagram bio to chat with me on WhatsApp, and I will always be here to guide you through. So guys, see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Cynthia Frederick is my name.